Hello, I'm Dennis.
I'm Andrew.
We're the Crafty Lumberjacks. Welcome back to Handmade at Home.
You know, during the winter we spend so much time at home. We're always trying to think of new games we haven't played or games we haven't played in a while. And we were thinking about chess just because it's exploded in popularity.
Yes, we looked for games and game pieces online, but we could not find anything due to a popular binge show on a certain kind of streaming channel. But we decided to take matters into our own hands to create our own chessboard and our own chess pieces.
Let's get started.
So first, we're gonna start with our board. We found this awesome wooden tray at the craft store. We thought this was perfect because it's a square, and also because when we're not playing, we can either use it for a serving tray or even turn it into some fun wall art.
Love that. So first we're gonna map out a checkered technique. It's a layering technique, all with painter's tape and paint. We're gonna be using spray paint today, but you could absolutely use acrylic paint. So we have our two colors picked out. We're gonna start with our first color, and this is gonna be the easiest one. So we're just gonna use a little bit of painter's tape and then map out a border around.
And for the border, we're using the width of the painter's tape to use as our border. And then once we have our border laid out, we will kind of do the math to figure out how large each square needs to be. We need a total of 64 squares for the inside of the board.
Yeah, so 8 by 8. Math, not our favorite.
Not our favorite.
When crafting comes in with math, I usually avoid it, but sometimes you can't. Now the border is going to be the natural wood and the rest of the board is going to be painted. So we're also going to paint the sides with this first color. Just because it has a nice big lip around it, we want to make sure it looks nice and finished. All right, now we're going to take it outside. All right, our first color looks really good. Now it's time to apply our checkerboard pattern. Can I call it a checkerboard pattern? I don't know, our chessboard pattern. So we need 8 squares across on each side, so it's 64 squares. Now for our board, I measured it out. We need each square to be 1 1/4 inch wide. Now, of course, our ruler is not exactly that width, and of course our painter tape is not exactly our width. So I actually just cut out a piece of cardstock that's 1 1/4 inch, and I'm gonna use that as my ruler and just mark it out lightly with a pencil and then tape over it with the painter's tape. All right, so I think the easiest thing to do first is to find the center in the painter tape line. It's 5 inches, so I'm just gonna mark that out. I'm just making a grid. So I'm gonna continue this all vertically and then horizontally. Our top is all done. Now I'm just gonna add a little added detail to the side with some painter's tape. We'll see how it goes.
All right, it's all dry. It looks pretty good. Now I'm gonna peel off the tape and then I'm gonna re-tape it in the same spots that we just painted for our checkerboard. This way we'll have diagonal squares. Whoa. Oops. This seems weird. This is such like a mind boop.
Oh my gosh, it really is. I think I understand it.
Designers, make it work. You sure this is right?
No.
All right, you can't really see the magic now, but you'll see it. You'll see it for the big reveal soon enough. Now I'm going to start adding our second layer of squares here, just using the painter's tape again. And like we said, we're just gonna tape right over where we already sprayed. Did you play a lot of chess as a child?
You know, I played a lot of computer chess. Actually, I should rephrase that. I lost to a lot of computer chess.
The computer always wins.
Yeah, I'll just be honest. I know there's a lot of strategy. I was more like, I'm gonna move this here now.
Right.
Not really thinking about the end game.
Moment of truth.
Oh my gosh, all right, so we're gonna peel off the tape and just hope for the best.
Here goes nothing. Now that we have our board created, it's time to think about the pieces. You can get creative with this. We decided to make our pieces out of beads because we made a ton of macrame projects, so we have so many wooden beads. So we're gonna recreate the shapes using our beads.
Yeah, a good tip is to reference the shapes. We looked online just so you get like, you know, the shapes and the heights, just so it kind of mimics it. You're not gonna get it perfect, but I think it's gonna look pretty good. For the bases, we're gonna be using something we found at the craft store called doll pins. We've never seen these before, but what we liked about it was that it has a nice flat side to it, so the pieces are gonna stand really well.
Yes, and get creative with this. You can use pasta, cardboard, shrinky dinks, you know.
Anything you have, just glue it together to make
your pieces.
We need 16 pawns. We're keeping them really simple just by adding a bead to the doll pin. Now we need 4 rooks.
I just like to call it a castle.
Well, I guess it does look like a castle, so we're just making it look like a castle. And we need 4 knights.
And for this one, I like to call it the horsey.
The horsey. And 4 bishops.
No, I don't have a name for these, but I like to think of them as the infamous John Lithgow.
What? All right, now we need 2 queens.
What'd you call me?
You know what I called you. It's us. And lastly, we need 2 kings. Now, of course, the king and the queen are the most fun to make just because they're royalty, baby.
With a little flourish on
With a little flourish. All right, now we're gonna go spray paint them.
Oh my gosh, it looks pretty epic, pretty incredible. We're definitely happy with the outcome. A lot of painter's tape.
Oh yeah, you know, we're gonna keep these pieces in this little pouch, but actually I think I wanna keep it displayed. It looks that good.
Yeah, it's so pretty.
Yes, the great thing about this project is you can really cater it to your own aesthetic, choose your own paint colors, stuff like that.
Yes, we wanna hear from you in a comment below what you would create your chess pieces out of, because we struggled a little bit. Obviously, we're happy with the outcome, but we wanna hear what you would make them out of. Give us a thumbs up, subscribe, and we'll see you soon.
Bye.
Checkmate.
Oh.